Do you all get some coffee? That must have been fucking lousy coffee. That side got coffee, that side didn't. How was the coffee, pioneers? This is Austria after all, and they do think their coffee is pretty good. So next time I ask how's the coffee, be polite, you know. So how was the coffee, pioneers? So at least I've found out you're polite, so that's very nice. Well, the next speaker, it's one of these things you read. When I read it for the first time, I was like, okay, so this guy is apparently one of the best freeride snowboarders in the world, and which, to be honest, is insane anyhow. And he tries out all these solutions, I'm not going to name them, to film whatever he does, and he says, well, none of them actually work. And this is, for me, this is classic entrepreneurial country. It's like nothing of the existing stuff works, so might as well solve it myself. So the gentleman decides it will be time to build a drone that follows him, totally autonomous, while he does all his crazy stuff. And, well, now I'm rambling. Essentially, this is what he does. Don't forget to use Slido. We will be asking questions. Ladies and gentlemen, from the company called Hexo Plus, make some noise as if you mean it. Make some noise for Xavier De Le Rue. Make some noise for him. That was awesome. Stage is yours.
Well, good evening. What an amazing venue. It's going to be a bit hard for me because normally I'm standing on top of a mountain on my own, but I'm going to make it. So, yeah. I'm a snowboarder, a professional snowboarder. I've been snowboarding for the last 22 years. I've been a professional since I was 17, and I've been traveling across the world competing first. I got 7 times world champion, and yeah, won the X Games 3 times. Thank you. But yeah, since the beginning of the 2000s, I've been concentrating into what I believe to be the ultimate, which is big mountain snowboarding. So I'm going to show you a little video to tell you a bit what my job is about. It's all fake, huh? Yeah. Now, yeah. So you must imagine my career is not really like a traditional athlete. So I don't have a coach telling me, okay, you need to train there, you need to go to that competition. And most of all, I don't really have like a result to achieve as the only goal at the end of the season. But you know, I've had to basically develop myself, find out what was special about myself, about my passion. I developed it. And yeah, I've been creating some sort of a brand identity around it. My job is about pushing my boundaries, pushing the boundaries of my sports. Through that, I leave some epic moments that I capture through photos and videos, and I share them with the world, and at the end, the goal is to inspire people. And yeah, in terms of inspiring people, you can imagine that social medias and like new medias have been an incredible platform to do that. And in the last few years, the filming techniques and the filming technologies have evolved incredibly. And now the action sports movies have reached a production level, a production value level that's pretty incredible. And that level just keeps on increasing every day. And a big part of that quest has been really to always try to innovate. So you always need to find a new angle, a new way to film, a new way to tell the story, and a new place to ride. You know, it's constantly researching. And yeah, I don't know if you're familiar with action sports footage, but before it used to always be filmed from the outside. And it was always kind of far away and a bit impersonal, I would say. But now today, with these new technologies, we're able to take people and bring them and make them really live the moment. So my filming career, I started like in a traditional way. I was doing action videos, and quickly realized that I wanted to tell more than just showing the action, because quite often the most interesting part of the story happens before the action or after the action. And I was really happy to be able to show what it took to get there, the moments when I was scared, the moments when I had to turn back, the moments when I succeeded, the moment when everything went wrong. And so about 5 years ago, with my PR agent, my photographer, and my filmer, we decided to create our own production company called Timeline Missions. And we've been starting to make our webisodes and our own films. And since then, it's been working quite well. We've had about 6 million views on our films online, thousands of hours of TV airtime, and many festival awards. So it's been a great adventure. But since a couple of years, I've been specializing more and more into going in snowboarding in places where no one has gone before, and to take that filming revolution with me. And basically before, to achieve anything in those places, you needed millions of dollars, you needed crazy manpower. And I think there's been one moment when things changed in my head. It was like a few years ago, my first expedition into Alaska. So we were dropped in the middle of nowhere on a glacier, 60 kilometers from the first town. We camped for 2 weeks there, and we had to hike every single of our lines. We had to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning, hike through the night to reach at the top. And this face here is one face we rode that has been, at that time, and that is still today, one of the biggest lines, one of the most impressive and the most dangerous lines that I ever done. And I remember being quite frustrated a few months later when I came into the festivals and I watched the film for the first time. All I could see was a little dot on the screen far away, and I could have been really anywhere, and it didn't really show the dimension of the thing. And when I was comparing that to other films where things are filmed from the helicopter, from the aerial perspective, it was really bland. So from that moment, I became obsessed about trying to find a way to capture aerial filming while I was in expedition, where basically helicopters are not available. And so I looked at different options, and I started. I got across the idea of using a paramotor. It's a paraglide with a motor. So yeah. It kind of worked. I spent a summer training, trying, and everything, and I took it to Antarctica. And I'm going to show you now a bit what it looked like. So this is the traditional angle that I was speaking about. So this is what films have been looking for a long time. So you can see where it is, but it doesn't really show really the whole face. It's a bit bland, I would say, and like since a few years, so there's been the POV like revolution in a way. So now we're able to show what happens in the action. So we're able to take people into the action. And yeah, now I think that you will understand what I mean by the aerial angle. It really brings the emotion, and it also allows you to really see the dimension of the place. And since that day, I've sworn myself that there would be no way that I would go into an expedition without a way to capture it from the air. So this is the beast. So as you can see, well, it worked, but it's a bit archaic. And I have to say that yeah, since then, technology has brought us something new that is redefining aerial filming. So drones, yeah, drones are amazing. So they've been developing a lot in the last few years. And yeah, I've started using them about 3 years ago. So like everyone else, I felt that they were super easy to use, that it was going to be really easy. And I quickly realized that as soon as I needed to frame anything or to do a specific shot, it was always complicated. It was always out of frame. Something was not working. They were really complicated and hard to use. So about a year ago, life got me in contact with this group of Grenoble entrepreneurs, and they had the idea of building this autonomous drone dedicating to filming action sports. So as you can imagine, I jumped on the opportunity. And yeah, basically they had the entrepreneurial knowledge. They also had the core talent as being a leading software development in civil avionics. And my PR agent and myself, we had a great connection to action sports. We had experience in filming, and we also had a platform to create content. So we decided to join forces, and we created Squadrone system. And our goal has been, since then, to build the first autonomous flying camera. And this is how the Hexo Plus was born. No.
Svalbard is endless. There is many stories to come from this land.
Well, I was supposed to show you a photo, but this is actually a trailer from our last expedition, but it's great you saw it. It wasn't planned. So this is our drone, the Hexo Plus. So it's quite easy to use. It works with your phone. You just go on your app, press takeoff, and it goes in the air. This video is going to show you a bit how it works. It's good the videos do all the talking. It's perfect.
Take off. That's a nice takeoff. So now I'm going to choose the altitude. So let's go for 7 meters altitude, 12 meters of distance. The angle is 220 and the pitch +20. Up, apply. All right, now we're going to press follow me. So the drone is in position and it's a go.
There you go, you press follow me.
All right.
It follows you, and you can add several camera movements. You can do a 360 around you. You can use it as a static shot. You can use it as an aerial dolly. You can do an escape me, which is coming from close.
Pretty cool, isn't it?
Too far away from you. And in a few months' time, we're going to be able, with the app, to combine all these camera movements, pre-program them, and launch them. So basically, you're going to be able to ride and just with your phone and your drone, become a Hollywood director. Amazing. Yeah, so it's kind of hard, but easy at the same time to imagine the implications of such a system. So a few years ago, to film anything, you needed to have this big camera. And about 5 years ago, that camera became the size of an apple, or even smaller, actually. And in the last few years, that camera has gone in the air, and now that camera is becoming autonomous. You don't need to pilot it, you don't need a remote control. Just your phone, your drone, you can be alone, and off you go. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. And I guess you can imagine that the possibilities are just endless. Imagine yourself having a picnic with your family and having, like aerial footage from that. Or imagine a team of rescuers in a dangerous environment and having them like being followed by a camera. Or imagine an Olympian athlete training and analyzing every single one of his movements from the air. Yeah, the possibilities are just endless. And at this stage, we have the experience and knowledge to certify software for the highest critical level of an Airbus A380. And we're putting the same level of coding into a platform that's going to be declinable from a micro to a macro solution, from a little light personal solution to a professional solution. And our long-term goal is not only to be a flying camera, which is autonomous, but it's also to become the norm in certifications for drones, and to bring a new level of usability and safety so that drones can be accessible for everyone. One thing that has really impressed me a lot in the last few months, it's been to work with my colleagues and their methods of working. So every single week we have an iteration with a goal that we need to achieve by the end of the week, or we need to find a solution or a plan to reach that solution. And it's been pretty effective. So in January this year, we've officially created our company. In March, we had our first prototype. In April, we had our first website where we validated the market. So we decided to move on and to go into a Kickstarter campaign in June. And we raised $1.3 million in 30 days. And that's been the biggest drone campaign ever. So we've created a team of 20 ambassadors, including several Olympic gold medals and personalities from the worldwide outdoor filming world. And yeah, we've started capturing footage in the last few weeks.
You like that, pioneers? So, that was mega. We do have time for 2 or 3 quick questions.
Cool.
And Slido has been asking. And there's one question that was actually regarding bad weather. So what's with bad weather and wind? Does that hinder it?
The wind is corrected automatically, so that's not a problem. As long as the wind is not too strong, so below 30 kilometers an hour, it's quite fine.
How much? 100?
No, 30 kilometers.
30. Okay, but that's quick enough. Then it was someone else who said, can you demonstrate it live?
Well, I could demonstrate it live, but right now the technology we have is GPS only. We're going to be combining it with other technologies. So far it doesn't work inside, but the plan was to make a demo today, but unfortunately
I don't know if the people here would be too happy if we start flying things around here that should work,
not?
And we just kind of fly it into, well, historic buildings. So it works outside, and it avoids obstacles automatically?
No, it doesn't avoid obstacles. So that's something like a few companies are working right now at the moment. And no one has really achieved that yet. And it's something quite difficult that involves video tracking and everything. But we're working on it. Yeah.
Okay. And then here's another question which I find quite interesting. That was, regarding the batteries. How long do the batteries last?
So the batteries last on average of 15 minutes. So that's something that everyone is really pushing for it, because that's something that limits the world of drones. But now with all the energy that there is into that market, I think that soon there's going to be a solution that's going to come up.
Cool. And then there was one question, you just kept popping up the whole time. How many times have you been injured?
Injured...
Well, you know, hurt yourself falling down some random
No, the
things.
thing is that when I do what I do, I don't really just get injured. It's a bit more than that.
So it's more than injured.
I'm safe right now.
So when did you get last massively wiped out?
Well, I got into a massive avalanche a couple of years ago. I got taken down 2 kilometers down a mountain. So yeah, it's been a miracle that I survived that, actually. Yeah.
Well, it's good that someone's looking out for you. You have a drone looking out for you. Pioneers, make some noise for Xavier. Thank you so much. Thank you.